You've been lied to. You've been told that all debt is a four-letter word, a financial disease to be avoided at all costs. This mindset is the single greatest obstacle preventing you from building massive wealth. You've been programmed to fear it, to think of it as a burden, a chain holding you back. This is the scarcity mindset in action, the belief that the only way to build wealth is through painful, slow saving, and that leveraging anything you don't already own is reckless. But what if the opposite were true? What if the most powerful, successful people on the planet secretly use debt as their number one tool for wealth creation? The truth is, debt isn't inherently good or bad. It's a tool, and like any tool, its power lies in how you use it. When wielded correctly, it doesn't bury you. It becomes the shovel you use to dig your way to financial freedom. This isn't about reckless spending on consumer goods. It's about a fundamental mindset shift from being a debt consumer to a debt investor. While the average person is meticulously paying off a credit card, the wealthy are taking out massive loans to buy assets that generate cash flow. This is the rich's secret tool: leveraging other people's money. Think of it this way. Instead of saving for decades to buy $1 million apartment, a real estate mogul uses a loan to buy a building that has a positive cash flow of $100,000 per year after all expenses. The bank owns the debt, but the mogul owns the asset and collects the income. They are using debt as a tool to acquire income-producing assets at a scale and speed that personal savings alone could never achieve. This principle isn't limited to real estate. It's the same idea behind private equity firms buying companies with leveraged buyouts. It's how visionaries like Elon Musk borrow against their stock to fund new ventures or acquire Twitter, rather than selling their shares and triggering a massive tax bill. This is about understanding the fundamental difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is a liability. It depreciates in value and takes money out of your pocket like a new car. Good debt is an asset. It generates income or appreciates in value, putting money into your pocket. The key isn't to avoid debt, but to reframe it as a strategic weapon. To wield debt as a tool, you must first master the gatekeeper, your credit score. Many people view their credit score as a judgmental report card, a constant source of anxiety. This is a dangerous, limiting perspective. Your credit score is not a punishment. It's a financial asset. It's a measure of your financial trustworthiness, a quantifiable representation of your ability to responsibly handle borrowed money. The higher your score, the more access you have to low-interest loans, a lower barrier to entry for everything from a home mortgage to a business line of credit. If your credit score is your reputation, then tools like Experian Boost or Credit Karma are your way of polishing it. You can track your score, see what's impacting it, and even use features that add positive payments, like your utility or streaming bills, to boost your history. But ignoring your credit score is the financial equivalent of refusing to build your professional network. It limits your options and keeps you stuck in a cycle of paying higher interest rates, which directly erodes your future wealth. But with your credit score optimized, you can now access the powerful tool of cheap leverage. What does that mean? It means borrowing money at an interest rate that is lower than the return you expect to make from the asset you're buying. For example, if you can get a loan at 4% to buy an asset, like a high-yield savings account paying 5.25%, or an S&P 500 index fund with an average historical return of 10%, you are pocketing the difference. Legendary investor Warren Buffett has often used this principle by borrowing cheaply and investing in businesses that generate a much higher return. This isn't about being a reckless gambler, it's a calculated mathematical principle. This is the exact opposite of the fear-based thinking that says you must have all the cash up front. That mindset leads to missed opportunities and the silent, corrosive cost of inflation eating away at your savings. Instead, you need to shift your focus from simply accumulating cash to strategically deploying capital. The key here is an abundance mindset, the belief that there are always opportunities to use smart financial tools to create more. The most valuable asset you will ever own is yourself. And the ultimate investment with debt is investing in your own earning power. Think about it. A student loan is not a traditional debt, it's a leveraged investment in human capital. This is a powerful, dangerous idea for those who are afraid to bet on themselves. It's the reason why trailblazers like Oprah Winfrey invested in their own education, and why countless entrepreneurs have taken out loans for specialized certifications or coaching to propel their careers. This is a massive mindset shift from viewing a student loan as a burden to seeing it as the cheapest, most efficient way to increase your future income. A $50,000 student loan for a master's degree could easily lead to an extra $20,000 per year in salary for the next 40 years, yielding a return far beyond any stock market investment. This isn't about just racking up debt. It's about making a calculated, strategic decision to acquire a high-return skill set. This is the ultimate form of delayed gratification. You take on a short-term financial commitment to secure long-term financial freedom. Now let's talk about the most common and powerful example of leveraging debt for wealth: real estate. For the average person, a mortgage feels like a decades-long prison sentence. But for the savvy investor, a mortgage is the ultimate tool. This is a masterclass in using leverage to acquire a tangible, appreciating asset. Consider this. You get a $400,000 home loan for an asset that costs $500,000. You are using $400,000 of the bank's money to acquire a valuable asset. Your $100,000 down payment is not just a fee, it is your lever. Over time, as you make your monthly payments, you're not just paying down debt, you are building equity, paying yourself. Meanwhile, the property's value typically appreciates, and if it's a rental, the tenant's rent payments are covering your mortgage and generating passive income. This is the power of delayed gratification in a tangible form. It's the reason why some of the greatest fortunes, from John D. Rockefeller to countless modern moguls, are built on the foundation of real estate. You're not just buying a home, you're using debt to build an appreciating asset that can be passed down for generations. Most financial advice is a one-size-fits-all approach, and a lot of it is focused on the debt snowball or avalanche methods. These are powerful for paying off high-interest consumer debt like credit cards. They involve meticulously paying off the smallest debt first or the highest interest debt first to gain psychological momentum. And for a lot of people, that's exactly what's needed to break the cycle of fear and bad habits. But there's a different game the wealthy play, the wealth snowball. Instead of focusing all your energy on eliminating debt, you focus on using debt to acquire assets that grow in value. Your goal isn't just to be debt-free, it's to have your assets generate more income than your total debt payments. Imagine instead of paying off a $10,000 car loan, you use that same payment to acquire a small business or an asset that generates $500 a month in passive income. The debt is still there, but you've now created a new, independent stream of revenue that can pay off the debt for you and then continue to build your wealth long after the debt is gone. This is a crucial distinction and a powerful mindset shift from defense to offense. This entire framework hinges on a massive mindset shift. It's about moving from a scarcity mindset, the fear that there's not enough and you must protect what you have, to an abundance mindset, the belief that there are always opportunities to create more. The scarcity mindset sees a loan as a risk and a burden, leading to inaction and paralysis. It's the voice that whispers, "What if it fails?" and keeps you stuck in your financial comfort zone. The abundance mindset, in contrast, sees debt as a strategic tool to unlock opportunity. It's the understanding that calculated risk is not recklessness. It's a prerequisite for breakthrough growth. This shift allows you to look at a loan application not as a stressful chore, but as a gateway to your next major breakthrough. The most dangerous and subtle threat to your wealth is not high interest rates or a bad investment, it's inaction. This is a direct consequence of a fear-based scarcity mindset. The paralysis that comes from an overwhelming fear of making a mistake is a form of self-sabotage. It's the voice that says, "I'll wait until the market is perfect," or "I'll save up the full amount first." But waiting has a hidden, destructive cost. The silent, corrosive force of inflation eats away at the value of your cash. Every day you delay, the purchasing power of your money shrinks. You are losing money even when it's just sitting there. Meanwhile, someone with a clear, strategic plan is using smart debt to acquire assets that are generating cash flow and appreciating in value. Andrew Carnegie, one of history's wealthiest men, famously said, "Put all your eggs in one basket and then watch that basket." This isn't a call for recklessness, but a bold statement about calculated focus. The dangerous truth is that by doing nothing, you are actively choosing to stay behind, trapped by the very fear you think is protecting you. Leveraging debt is not just for billionaires and real estate moguls, it's the engine of entrepreneurship. A small business loan or a line of credit can be the rocket fuel for a side hustle that you've been too afraid to launch. This is the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Instead of spending years saving up every penny, you can use a small business loan to buy inventory, launch a website, or invest in marketing. This is how countless successful entrepreneurs, from Madam C.J. Walker to Steve Jobs, started their empires by using other people's money to build their vision. This isn't about being careless, it's about a mindset shift from being a consumer to a creator. Think of it this way. Your debt payments are a form of forced discipline, a commitment that ensures you stay focused and work relentlessly on your venture. That loan isn't a burden, it's a commitment to your future success, a way of holding yourself accountable to the business you want to build. As you begin to see debt as a powerful tool, it becomes critical to protect the asset that gives you access to it, your credit. Your credit profile is your financial reputation. Just as you wouldn't allow rumors to destroy your professional reputation, you can't allow carelessness to destroy your financial one. This means monitoring your credit score with tools like Credit Karma or Experian and understanding the factors that influence it: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, and credit mix. It means moving beyond a fear-based avoidance of credit to a strategic, almost obsessive maintenance of it. You want to maintain low credit utilization, ideally under 30%, which signals to lenders that you are a responsible borrower. A flawless credit score is a prerequisite for unlocking the best interest rates on mortgages, business loans, and lines of credit. Think of it this way. Your credit score is your entry ticket into the world of strategic leverage. You must guard it fiercely. You can't just jump into this without a plan. The breakthrough isn't in just taking on debt, but in structuring an unstoppable plan. This is where you become the master strategist of your money. Use financial tools like Mint, YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Every Dollar to get an iron grip on your cash flow. You must know exactly where your money is going and what you can afford. This isn't about micromanaging every penny. It's about having a clear, zero-based understanding of your finances. You will identify exactly how much you can afford in a monthly debt payment for a positive leverage asset. You will run the numbers on your potential real estate investment or your small business loan. The fear of debt often comes from a feeling of being out of control, but when you have a meticulously crafted plan, you shift from feeling like a victim to feeling like a commander. Your plan becomes your blueprint, and every debt payment becomes a step toward your goal, not a burden. This is the difference between mindlessly spending and strategically investing.